because a lot of imams talk about Allah, but very few know what they're talking about. And that's why I liked what Samira said, that you have to have the connection with Allah yourself. And if Allah is with you, then you have everything. So that's what I do. I search for Allah and I get mystical experiences that I translate in art. And currently I'm looking for Allah in romantic love. And here I am.
Alors, elle nous explique qu'elle est femme imam des Pays-Bas. Donc, c'est la première femme imam et pour l'instant, de ce qu'elle sait, la seule aux Pays-Bas. Donc, elle cherche Allah dans son travail. Elle a beaucoup aimé ce que Samira a dit sur le fait d'avoir Allah de son côté. Et donc, ce qu'elle fait dans son art, donc elle est artiste, elle traduit ses expériences mystiques dans son art. Tell me if I forget something.
Yes, and I look literally for Allah in my work.
Et donc elle cherche littéralement Allah dans son travail et en ce moment elle le cherche dans l'amour romantique.
Oui.
Ok. Est-ce que tu te souviens du moment où tu as senti que tu étais faite pour transmettre et guider? À quel moment vraiment tu t'es dit j'ai besoin de partager finalement et d'exprimer et de chercher par l'art?
Okay, I never had the desire to become an imam. I wanted to become a jurist, a lawyer. So then later I went to art school and I wanted to become an artist. I never really thought about imam as a job for me until I met an imam. And that imam told me that women are inferior to men, and he was actually a liberal imam. He works with Jewish Muslim organization that work for peace. He wanted to hug me. I said no, I'm a Muslim. So he didn't have a beard, so he looked very liberal. And at the same time, he said to me, women are inferior to men, and I'm not going to have this discussion with you. And I said to him, well, slavery is also mentioned in the Quran. Should we go back to slavery? He said, I'm not going to have this discussion with you. And I thought to myself, I'm smarter than this guy. Why is this guy talking in the name of God and I'm smarter than him?
That's what trop l'anglais, mais j'ai compris, franchement.
Voilà, je vais traduire. Donc, elle nous répond qu'elle a jamais vraiment eu le désir d'être imam, elle voulait être juriste, avocate, et que plus tard elle a voulu être artiste, donc elle a fait une école d'art. Elle n'y avait jamais vraiment pensé jusqu'à ce qu'elle rencontre un imam qui lui dit donc que les femmes sont inférieures aux hommes et qu'il était donc fermé à la conversation. Pourtant, il se prétendait libéral et progressiste. Donc elle lui dit, elle se dit, je suis plus intelligente que lui parce que je suis capable de remettre en question. Donc elle lui dit, l'esclavage est aussi mentionné dans le Coran, est-ce que vous voulez retourner à cette époque-là? Et donc il refusait de converser, c'est ce qui l'a poussé à vouloir être guide. C'est ça.
En tant que femme imam, comment est perçu ton rôle dans la communauté musulmane? Est-ce que tu as senti parfois des tensions? Visiblement, bah oui.
Oui, je suis la canarie dans le coal mine, comme on disait en... I'm in English.
Le mouton noir.
Oui. I'm the canary in the coal mine, so I know everything about racism, white superiority, male Muslim patriarchy, white Muslim patriarchy. I'm literally the canary in the coal mine, so I can really understand from a very deep level where everybody is, because the way they treat me, even for white feminists, very often, especially the ones that have power, that are in the journalism and all of that, they fight me. They actually fought back. I never expected this, but there was a so-called woke artist in the Netherlands that has a lot of public, she has a lot of attention, she gets a lot of money, subsidies, and she's white as well, and she wears pink clothes, she's known as, I don't know, Tinkerbell. I had one interview, and the one that interviewed me was actually a right-wing guy, because the feminists didn't want to interview me. So the right-wing guy gave me a podium to interview me in a right-wing newspaper. She met him at an exhibition, and she said, "Why did you interview her? Why did you do that?" She doesn't know me. Thankfully, I had a Muslim brother artist that heard her talk like that. And this is how counterculture works. People that already have spaces are telling others, why did you interview her? Because she doesn't deserve space. At that moment, I was very angry and very sad because I had past experience of racism and discrimination as a youth. So I reminded that, and I said, she has all the attention, she has all the money, and yet she doesn't even want me, a small spot. You know, she doesn't want me to have that. And then I prayed to Allah to guide me, and I felt like I have the biggest boss asking for him. I don't care what the society thinks of me, I just follow my path. And then I found peace, because I saw a weak woman that has everything, and yet she feels so poor. And I thought to myself, I'm on the right path because I don't feel poor, you know. I feel great. Look at her, she's jealous of me, you know. What can I, you know, I'm not doing anything, she's jealous of me. So I have now more empathy towards the women that cancel me and discriminate me because I feel they don't have the power that I have, which is Allah's power. So again, to mention Samira, it's important to have Allah behind you. And that's what I discovered. When you have Allah, you don't need anyone.
Okay, donc juste, je vais résumer. Alors, elle nous raconte comment elle utilise en fait son intersectionnalité et comment ça lui permet d'aller au-delà de toutes les personnes qui, de tous les côtés, la discriminent. Donc elle nous a raconté son expérience lors d'une interview avec une féministe blanche. Donc elle nous parle donc de son expérience aussi dans les espaces féministes. Et donc elle nous a raconté comment cette expérience l'avait blessée, qu'elle était retournée encore une fois vers Allah et que... Au moment de prier, elle s'est rendue compte que c'est comme si qu'elle allait vers le boss de tout le monde et elle s'est rendue compte qu'elle avait Allah de son côté et elle a senti à ce moment-là qu'elle était sur le bon chemin.
Merci, c'était beau. Vraiment. Est-ce que tu penses qu'être une femme t'a amené à entendre et à comprendre les textes différemment, ainsi que les rituels?
Oui.
Ouais.
I have a different understanding of the text because I have a background in law. So I read the text in the context of the time they were written in. I'm interested more in the context than what is written. So that is the way a jurist looks at law and how I look at historic documents like the Quran. But I'm also an artist and a mystic. So I'm not just thinking about the Quran, I'm having a direct connection with Allah. And the Quran says it, you know, please, you know, connect with God, saying like 5 times a day you can talk to God, you know, they have the opportunity to talk to God 5 times a day, and God is the best guide you can have. So, you know, it's a gift, it's something that I have as a gift, and I'm very thankful that I have this opportunity.
Donc elle nous dit qu'en tant que juriste et artiste, ça lui permet d'avoir un double regard sur sa spiritualité et sur le Coran, donc un regard critique et en même temps un regard spirituel et mystique et un lien fort avec sa spiritualité.
J'ai une dernière question. Est-ce que, à ton avis, l'imama au féminin, est-ce que tu penses que c'est plutôt une rupture avec les anciens modèles traditionnel ou plutôt un retour vers une tradition islamique?
I can't translate
Yeah.
the question.
Okay,
You want me to
I
translate?
understand the
Okay.
question. Thank you. It's an interesting question. I think it's both. I think as a mystic, it's a retour. Female imam, that because a female imam is representing, for example, Aisha, the wife of the Prophet, who had a very prominent role as a Muslim leader. Everybody came to her to ask her for advice. So she was the first imam after the Prophet. So in a way, the female imam is a retour because she's giving like the position of the woman back. We are all like Aisha here, like giving her voice back again, and not the clergy, male clergy. So in a way, yeah, it's a retour, but in another way, it's something new. And the way I do it is that it is art. So I make Islamic art, and which is an old tradition, but I'm doing it in a contemporary way. So I think it's good to have renewal look at Islam every time, because that's the way you keep it relevant. If you don't look at it every time from your context, the book loses its relevance. So I think it's both. It's new and old, and I think we always need to look for that, something new and old. Not just want to conserve the old, which is you're suffocating it, but not just want new, then you don't respect the tradition. So I'm a tradition. I see myself as a traditional Muslim, That's why my art is Sufi, traditional Sufi art. I'm not making something new, but at the same time, it's my personal interpretation, and I live in this time, and I'm an artist and a lawyer, and so I'm a mix of many things. So.
Alors je vais traduire. Résumé, donc pour elle, c'est les deux en même temps, donc c'est un retour vers l'islam traditionnel, mais aussi une coupure. Donc elle parle de la femme du prophète, Aïcha, qui elle était la première imam après le prophète, et aussi elle s'inspire de la tradition soufie. Et en même temps, avec son art, elle apporte quelque chose de nouveau, de manière contemporaine, un nouveau regard, et elle mentionne à quel point c'est important de faire évoluer notre vision de l'islam.
Okay, ben, merci beaucoup.
Merci à vous.
Salima. Merci.